Hello and welcome to Promenade Française. Let me just make a little bit of a adjustment here. And probably that's good. All right, welcome back. This is the next day. What is it, day 10 today? Good. So we're on day 10 and I got my developer mode on right now. Let's start with what? Let's start with taking a look at our worksheet today. All right, you can see mostly everything. Good. And all right, so what is it? Let's just take it one at a time. So this looks like, what is this? Entouré, entouré. 找出 I don't know, 集藏找出集藏在表格中的10个单词。Entouré des 10 mots cachés dans la grille. Grille, horizontalement et verticalement. So it's like it's saying to find like 10 words, which I think is ridiculous. I mean, what's this? Champ. This looks like a French word. And basket. I don't know. Is that a French word? Basket. Monte. Okay, let's start at the top row. So there's nothing, none of these words look like they're French words. All right, so we got chemise is a word. Pantalon is a word. Blouse is a word. Probably basket. I don't know, manteau, jean, and chasseur. And then if we go vertically, we got a pool, P-U-L-L, pool. And I don't know, blema, to see is nothing. I don't see anything there. Yeah. I mean, I guess those are the. I don't think this is like very interesting. I don't know. What am I supposed to do with this? Un vêtement, une robe, des lunettes, un pantalon. I don't know. What am I supposed to do with this? I guess the point is that I don't know the vocabulary. If I don't know the vocabulary, then what's the best strategy for getting through this exercise? I guess probably the best thing to do would be to jump into Google Translate. All right, so here's Google Translate. And then I can see the other page. And I guess I'm just going to type it, right? That makes sense. All right, so we got un vêtement, une robe, des lunettes, un pantalon. A dress, glasses, trousers, a piece of clothing. So I guess glasses, des lunettes. Seems like it's the one that doesn't belong. All right. Next group is un manteau, un portrait, une chemise, and un pullover. Poule. All right, we can also listen to the audio.
Un manteau, un portrait, une chemise, un pullover.
Un manteau, un portrait, une chemise,
Un manteau, un portrait, une chemise, un pullover.
un pullover, une pullover, a coat. So obviously it's the portrait. It's the one that doesn't fit. All right, and next one. Une couleur noire, petit, vert. So I guess it's petit. Un grand, blanc, brun, jean. Okay, jean. Grand, blanc, brun, jean. Tall, blonde, brown jeans. Grand. So tall is what? Tall is describing something. Blonde is describing something. Brown jeans. So these are adjectives, and this is a noun. Well, while we're here, we might as well do this. Might as well look for 10 words in that in the thing. So I would suggest if you're following along at home, just take a screenshot of this. So I don't see anything in this first row. So I would say chemise is probably the first one. Let's just check to make sure it's a word. Chemise. All right, so that's shirt. We need to find 10. Pantalon. Yeah, definitely pantalon is a word. Pantalon means pants. Then we got the blouson is a jacket. The next row, I don't see anything. LNLSCNKPT. That's nothing. So this is weird. It's basket. I guess it's basket. I don't know. Let's check. Basket. Sneakers. It means sneakers. Baskets are sneakers. Who would have known? Well, since I'm not actually reading the book, anyways, oopsie daisies. RTEIR. I don't know. I don't think anything's TEIRT. What do you think? TEIRT? TEIRT. Die. EIRT. No, it's nothing. But there is something. It's strange. It's SIMANTAU. Cemento. Manto. Cemento. So let's remove C. Coat. Manto. Which in Chinese means bread. Manto. And then we got jean. Jean. What does it sound like? Jean.
Jean,
Jean.
Jean.
Jean. Next row is chaussure. Chausseur. Chausseur.
Chaussure.
Chaussure. Chaussure. Chaussure. Chaussure. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. Right, so we got chemise, pantalon, blouson, basket, manteau, Jean, chausseur, chaussure, chaussure. Now we're going from top to bottom. Pool. We got pool is number 8. Verb de blame. No. What's this one? Lunette. Okay, we got lunette. So that's 8, 9. We got one more. Lunette, and then we got the mosque. Got a shirt. T-shirt. That's French. And we got a t-shirt. Great, we got it. So we made it through the first one. We made it through the second exercise. Exercise number 3. Associate the description and the person. Elle est grand. She is tall. Okay, it's got to be D. Grand, brune. Elle a un pantalon noir et un t-shirt. Elle ne porte pas les lunettes. D. Il porte. What's port? Is that he's wearing? Il porte. He wears. Il porte une chemise blanche, a white shirt. Okay, it's this guy or this guy. Il chemise blanche et un jean. Elle est blanc, il n'est pas chausseur. No shoes. It's F. Number 2 is F. Elle est petit, maybe it's A. Brune, et elle porte des lunettes. Does she have glasses on? Oh, yeah. Elle est en pantalon noir et blanc. It's A. Il est grand, brun. Il porte un pantalon blanc et des lunettes. It's B. Elle porte un pantalon noir. Okay, one of these two. Une chemise blanche et un sac. Elle est blanc. Okay, that's E. Il ne porte pas des lunettes. Il est grand, brun. Il a une chemise blanche et un jean. C. Wonderful. Yeah, we're already to the next one. J'ai un blouson noir battu中的单数词形变为复数词形. Okay, so it means make it plural. Make it plural. Make it plural. Now, I would suggest probably the best thing to do in this situation is we're gonna just try to remember or read. Let's read. So I'm gonna just have on one side of the screen, I'm gonna be able to read it, and then I'm gonna type it into Google Translate. J'ai un blouson noir. Tu as un jean bleu. Il a une chemise jaune. Elle a une robe verte. Il a un t-shirt blanc. All right, so is going to change to des. Des blousons noirs. Tu as des gens bleus. Il a des chemises jaunes. Elle a des robes vertes. Il a des t-shirts blancs. I mean, that's my assumption. Anyways, I got the answers. Oh, I see it. Is this correct? So the rest, I don't think ChatGPT can really help with the rest. I mean, the crossword puzzle, probably not. There are a few agreement mistakes. Ah, I totally forgot. You have to add the plural to, also you have to add the plural to the adjective. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, so sometimes when I'm learning French, I just think it's like closer to English, but actually it's closer to Russian in some respects. Because Russian, they also do plural adjectives, but in English, we don't do plural adjectives. J'ai des blousons noirs. Tu es des gens bleus. Il est des chemises jaunes. Il est des robes vertes. Il est des t-shirts blancs. Amazing. They didn't write it out in the best way, so I'm just gonna that's the fastest way to solve that problem. Then we're gonna put it back into chat GPT and see if it says correct. This is crazy. 100% correct. There you go. So I'll just cut and paste this. Cut and paste, copy and paste it in there. And we're done. Now, the thing is that basically we've been doing 3 different things to learn French. So I read, I don't know, so I'm a religious person. And I have this one tutor, she's Muslim. And like the weirdest thing happened. Uh, okay. I just got a message from my tutor. She wanted to change the time. Now, I'll just give you guys some little bit of background with what I'm doing. So I'm doing 4 exercises. There's 3 things I'm doing. And I should be doing 4 things. All right, so the first thing I'm doing is there's a book called the Book of Mormon. And if you're not a religious person, then probably you don't know what this is. But it's kind of like, you know how Muslims have a Quran and Jews have a Torah and Christians have a Bible. Mormon, it's kind of like it's a similar to Christians. It's like a modern version of Christianity. And they created this other book. And it's like, so I got the copy of this book in French from this website. And it has audio, you see? Jacob is that all right? So you can hear the audio, and the thing is that I think it's really important to spend time reading every single day. So every single day, I read this book with my tutor, and my tutor reads one sentence, and then I read one sentence. That's it. Like it's not a French lesson per se. It's just reading exercise. Now today, I have 2 lessons with this French teacher, and in the second lesson, then we we go to this website called Le Français Facile avec RFI. So it's called French Easy French, and it's real simple. We just choose one of the. Usually, I choose one of the news articles, and the way we get to the news articles is. I'm just going to take it in English. Don't miss. So my dog. I'm getting tired of listening to him bark. All right. So, for example, I don't know what this one is. This one's new. Anyways, usually the reading exercises are 10 minutes long, but it's exactly the same as what I'm doing with the Book of Mormon. I just click this. Now, this one's even better because this website is actually for learning French. So you can click any word you want and it goes directly to that word. Dans le ciel ukrainien. You see? And then you can also slow it down to 0.9. Dans le ciel ukrainien. All right. So it's like it's really cool because then so I'm doing my religious thing. I get my religious study in, and then I'm doing the news. So I'm also getting the news in French. And then of course we're doing this exercise. So I got this exercise going in French. And you might think, well, that should be enough, right? Like, but it's not. Why? Because honestly, I'm still not doing enough to build my vocabulary. So in the same way that I'm working on like this exercise, and I found the Mormons, they have those missionaries that go to foreign countries, and I found the book that their missionaries use to learn French. Now this is interesting because you can see that the missionary tasks, they have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven basic missionary tasks. Why is this interesting? It's because when you're learning a language, you should have some kind of purpose in mind. And the purpose that you have in mind is going to dictate what type of content that you are going to use to study and what areas of the language that you focus on. Now, why is it that I'm not like using a typical foreign student textbook? Because when you become a foreign student, like when I was in China, I became a foreign student. And the textbook that we use is centered around the life of a foreign student. And so like the first lesson you're learning like what's your address, and then you meet the other people in your class, and then you're like you go to the post office, and then you go to a restaurant, and then you go to some kind of event, and then like every single lesson, it's building on the actual vocabulary that you're going to use in your relationships and in your daily life as a foreign student. Now for me, I'm trying to learn French because I want to go back to Canada and I want to work for the Canadian government. And so I feel like I need to have a depth. Also, of course, when I go back to Canada, I'm going to go to church. I'll probably go to church in French. So that's why I want to be able to read the Book of Mormon in French. And I feel like reading is extremely important for my French studies. Now, I also want to be able to read the news because the government, like working in the government has a lot to do with world events, what's happening in the news. So I want to be able to understand the news. And then I'm doing this exercise book because I really like how it's like giving us like really practical exercises each day in order to take little steps and just learn one little step at a time. Now, I'm sure like in the next chapter, we're going to start getting like, some really basic everyday stuff like going to the post office and whatever. I don't know. But that's why I want to jump into this text. And so we're going to start with the missionary tasks called introductions. It's on page 20. Why do I like this page? Because um, it gives us our first assignment. And the problem I'm having right now with French and why I don't really speak French is because I have time learning verbs. Verbs are really key for communication. And here we go. So here's our page on introductions. And our first task is to learn common verbs. We got aller, être, venir, appeler, travailler, aimer, jouer, faire, avoir. Well, actually, I think I know all these. Yeah, je m'appelle, venir. I didn't know venir, but I basically know these other ones. And because it's difficult to learn these words in French, I need to create some kind of exercise. So in tomorrow's video, hopefully, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'm going to create a little exercise so that we can practice all of these words. But that's it. So at the Book of Mormon, we got the reading practice, and then we got RFI, which is also reading practice. Then we got our exercise book, which is our 90-day challenge. And then now I found the missionary book, which is going to give us vocabulary. So the first task is our first aller, être, venir, appeler, travailler, aimer, jouer, faire, avoir. Our first 9 verbs. So that's it. That's my French program. That's what I'm using practice. That's what I'm going to be using from now until the end of the 90-day challenge. When we get to the end of the 90-day challenge, maybe there's exercise book number 2, and then we'll just keep on going. This missionary book, it's actually a grammar book. Once we get through the first 6 tasks, they're kind of religious based, but again, introduction, that's definitely a universal thing, is to introduce yourself. The other tasks probably are more religious focused. Let's just take a quick peek before we end this video. Giving a simple overview, offer a prayer. Okay, offer a prayer is definitely religious based. Bear testimony is religious based. Invitation is not necessarily religious based. Share scripture is religious based. Share an experience is not necessarily religious based. Anyways, let's go through that material and see how the Mormons are teaching their missionaries how to learn French. I know this is very interactive focused. And so far, I haven't been interactive focused. I've been reading the Book of Mormon. I've been reading the news and doing this exercise. There's no interaction involved. Even when I'm with my tutor, we don't actually really talk to each other much. I do sometimes use Google Translate. I'll write down what I want to say in English, and then I'll read it in French. And then when she says something to me, I'll type it out in French, and then sometimes I can't understand what she's saying, so I'll have to write it slowly. So there's a little bit of interaction. But then you can see the grammar principles, être, avoir, present tense with verbs with er, ir, and re. We got possessive adjectives, how to pose questions, future tense, the verb faire, the recent past, pouvoir, vouloir, and pouvoir plus an infinitive, demonstratives, pronoun, what's a pronoun? And adjectives, demonstrative adjectives with préférer, les passés composés avec avoir. So it goes on and on. It's a pretty thick grammar book. I think it's basically going to hit all the main points of grammar. So there you go. We got a grammar book, we got an exercise book, and we got 2 books that we're reading that have accompanying audio. And with all of that, for the next 90 days, we're just going to keep pushing. I used to take 1 lesson every day in French. Now I'm pushing it to 1.5 lessons a day, meaning some days I have 2 lessons, some days I just have 1. But I was watching this guy on YouTube today, and he was criticizing Mark Carney because Mark Carney, he doesn't really speak French very fluently. He speaks it well enough to kind of be able to make it sound like he can speak some French. And he can kind of get through an interview, and he has very specific vocabulary sets, and he has very specific sentences that he's memorized. and it's like he's not super fluent. And like, how am I going to get fluent? Yeah, I need to put way more time in, way more effort into this. So yeah, I'm just really pushing the gas these days, and let's see what we can do. So catch you tomorrow.